what you learned in school. Never mind what your parents told you, and disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. When your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
Welcome to At Odds. I'm Nate. That's Brian.
Hello.
Ooh, it's loud. Hot mic.
Huh, that's good. No one can hear me. Oh, that's why you have it down so low.
Perfect.
So people can't hear me.
I had to mute your microphone while you were moving crap around, but I don't think it worked. I think it was still noisy. So
My thingy is drooping.
yeah, it's depressing.
That'll happen. My thingy. Jeez, it didn't do anything.
No. Do you need help?
I may.
I mean, the 45 minutes that you were sitting in that seat before the
I
show.
was playing solitaire. I was busy.
Yeah.
That's too high. Let's lower it.
This is
a little bit.
ridiculous.
Let's lower it. There we go. All right. You want to talk about bird eggs?
No, do you know anything about them?
No, not really.
Oh, all right. Is that on here?
You can't
Did we-
possess them. No, I was just doing a throwback to last week.
Oh, that's it.
We talked about birds.
Do you remember
and
anything
feathers.
else that we talked about from last week? Because I don't.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing.
So
As soon as the show is over, I try to just shut it down.
yeah,
Compartment, put it in a box, and
oh, I thought you did that before the show started.
sometimes I do that too.
All right.
Usually I don't even like to come out of the box
Yeah.
or the closet. Whichever.
Well, I think you've come out of the closet, haven't you?
It's Thursday, June 7th. Man, it's approaching summertime.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're on the 15th floor of the Patriot Towers, Liberty City. I don't know where we're at. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Canada, where nothing matters.
Well, something mattered because Trump was not happy with Canada earlier today, and we'll get into that if we get time.
Yeah, sure. A little later.
That was foreshadowing.
Talk about Canada.
Got my trivia question. Really easy one.
Good.
This day in history, of course. This day in history has to do with nobility.
Like,
British nobility.
oh, nobility, not mobility. I understand.
Like
Okay.
the rascal.
Like, yeah, that's kind of what I was. It's kind of what I was
Needing the
thinking.
rascal.
Or that Belarusian pilot. He's not going to have a
man.
lot of mobility in his arm, probably. Did you see that picture?
I saw it. I hope our viewers didn't. It was pretty gross.
Oh yeah, it was pretty gross, but kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, not good for him. Sucks.
He had not a stick, not a sliver. He had timber.
Yeah,
It was about as
It was-
big around as an average person's calf, maybe. You know, I mean, good.
it was big.
It's like a fence pole.
It was big. Or he
Right
was really
through-
small. I guess
No.
he was in a really small hospital.
It was a popsicle stick. It
Yeah,
went
really
right
big.
where his shoulder met his chest,
Yeah.
and it was lodged through there. And this big piece of lumber was there.
Yikes!
He says, "Hey, doctor, I'm Groot.
Hilarious.
He's
'Cause,
had a good personality."
you know, Groot is a tree.
Yeah, he's starting to be
Kinda.
Grooty.
Who? That guy?
Yeah.
He's turning into Groot.
I think so. I heard his family has deep roots.
Jeez. Well, apparently he was flying a plane, right? And he crashed into the forest, or at least into I don't know,
At least one tree.
someone's wood pile in their backyard. I don't know what it was, but
No, it was in
Dang.
like an ultralight or some kind of smaller plane. He says he likes to fly over the woodlands because it's so beautiful.
he got a close look at him.
Yes, up close and personal.
Dang.
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
They said, we don't really want to pull this out of you right now because you'll bleed to death.
Yeah. So,
People don't realize it. There's a lot of major veins and arteries in your shoulder, between your shoulder and your heart.
yeah.
And that's what my doctor friend always said. You know all those westerns where the guy gets shot in the shoulder, you know, and they get up and they walk it off, and the next day they're, you know, out chasing cattle.
Yeah.
So that's a devastating wound.
whether
Yeah.
you know it or not. That
Doesn't work that way. This does not work that way.
Lots of stuff goes into your lungs, into your heart in that area.
Yikes.
Don't really want to get shot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get shot anywhere.
Yeah, it's not good to be shot.
Maybe through the fleshy, doughy part of my butt. On a grazing shot, maybe. That would be about... But then I couldn't sit.
I mean, I'm willing to do it for the YouTube views, if you are.
Let me think about it.
I mean,
Can it be a 22?
sitting is pretty fun, so I don't know if I'd want to give that up.
That's 90% of my
Yeah,
job.
you'd have to you'd have to lay down. I mean, like
Yeah.
on your stomach, face down.
I know, and I don't like that.
Yeah,
I like being on my back,
yeah.
on the bottom.
Okay.
So,
Yikes. Speaking of
I was
living people, I don't know.
I don't know, pick one of the 6.5-7 billion people on Earth.
Yeah, NASA today, I think, announced, they made a big announcement that they found life on Mars, but
No.
actually they didn't.
No.
What they found was some organic molecules on Mars in like an old ocean.
It was
what
an
they
old
think.
city.
It was
An old Martian city.
an extraterrestrial actually delivered it to him. Like, here, is this what you? Oh, we found it.
You guys are going crazy over this stuff.
So that's pretty cool.
The Martian came up to me and said, "Listen, this stuff's on the red market, but
That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, thanks.
But with the all right, that's fine. That's fair. That's fair. We'll go with it. Yeah. So the Curiosity, the rover, that really sweet rover.
see, Mars is red."
I don't get it.
That's okay.
Oh,
Okay,
you know the Mars rover, Curiosity.
rover,
We found it.
come
It's
on
been
over.
drilling. I found it in some rocks. There's a lot of
Okay.
rocks on Mars, so that's cool. That's like another piece to the puzzle of whether Mars supported life and whether
Well,
there
I think-
may be life on Mars now. I don't know.
Yeah, I suspect there was some kind of molecular life on Mars in the distant past because evidence suggests that it had an atmosphere, it had running water.
Like indoor plumbing.
I don't know if they got that far.
It's hard to say, right?
But yeah, but maybe.
They may have been beyond indoor plumbing.
Maybe they didn't need it.
Right.
They just absorbed it
Or it just didn't exist.
or didn't have waste at all.
Right. They're
Everything
very,
was used
very
100%.
efficient. Very efficient.
Okay.
I'm and maybe this is something that's happened, but I'm surprised that some of like the sustainability, global warming, frou-frou liberals don't have some effort to make humans more efficient.
So they have less waste?
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen. I mean, they're some of them are focusing on cows and,
Hey.
and are.
I'm sure someone's working
That's
on it.
You can't talk about it, can you? All right. That's fine. That's fair. All right. What else? Are we done?
We've got 50 more minutes. No, I mean that's a cool thing. If
absolutely.
it's true, I'm hesitant because we've heard things like this in the past, where we think we found a molecule and it turned out to be inorganic, naturally occurring crystal or
Well, they
something
said
that
that.
looked like it might be organic in its makeup.
They said that. Well, they said it's organic, but it could have been put there by non-biological things. So I don't know what that means, but
I don't know either. It's either an organic molecule,
But that
or
doesn't-
it's not.
but that doesn't mean it's life.
Not necessarily, no.
Right.
But what it's indicative of is that this existed. This may be a building stone, a step for more complex life. And
I'm
so there it
just reporting what NASA said, and every single person that works at NASA is a genius. We know that.
goes. Well,
Every one of them.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know you didn't. You don't work for NASA.
We talked. Didn't we talk? We've talked on different shows.
Yeah, and last week we did about,
About-
Denver, Colorado.
About lemonade stands and the police, trying to keep the man down
Saving the day.
by making sure the government gets their fair share of the entrepreneur's blood, sweat, and tears.
It's ridiculous.
That's all I have to say. What, you had something?
That's it. No, that was it. We've also on shows we've talked about gun rights. I think on shows we've talked about the legal system.
We've talked about
Roads.
school shootings.
We've talked about roads.
School shootings.
Yeah.
That's guns, I guess. in
This
the
is just a
broadest sense.
recap show.
Yeah. And not a good one. We took all of our worst shows, which is any of them. We picked any of them and just replayed
And
it.
instead of putting them together in a best of show, we're going to talk about them.
Yeah. But none of them
Because
are
we're
best.
not on break or anything. We're actually here. But
Yeah.
Okay, no. Country Time Lemonade decided that it was ridiculous that all of these kids and young entrepreneurs are being attacked by the government.
Right.
And so they rolled out a program. I think, let's just play the ad, or the video that they put on their website, if I can get it to play. It's about a minute, so just bear with us. But it's good to play minute-long clips on...
I'll be thirsty afterwards.
I know.
Around the country, kids are getting busted for running lemonade stands. Entrepreneurship, good work habits, good old-fashioned fun, shut down because of old, arcane, but very real laws. To kids like Autumn Thomason.
My lemonade stand got shut down because I didn't have a permit. It was unfair.
She's 6. It's happening everywhere. No, seriously, look it up. But this summer, things are going to be different because Country Time is introducing Legal Aid, a crack team ready to straighten out lemonade stand-related permits and fines, making sure no kid is denied their right to a lemonade stand and all the benefits they bestow.
If you have a problem with your lemonade stand, the offices of Country Time Legal Aid
are ready to take a stand for you.
tastes like justice.
So, when life gives you arcane laws, make lemonade.
We're here for you.
And get your permits and fines paid at countrytimelegalaid.com.
That's a brilliant ad
Oh, it's
campaign.
amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. And so I looked into it. I actually read the terms and conditions.
Uh-huh.
They will pay up to $300 of a permit fee or
A fine.
a fine that you get for not having a permit. They will pay it to the parents of somebody 14 years and younger running a lemonade stand. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
You gonna have your 3-year-old out there on the curb?
And I'm going to call the police.
Yeah, on her. She'll learn a lot,
I mean, it wouldn't...
and you'll get $300.
Well, they'll pay the amount of the fine up to $300.
Right.
So
You better check
wouldn't-
into the
you wouldn't
ordinance.
actually make any money. Right. If it's more than $300, you're on the hook for the extra. But it's amazing, and it's called Legal Aid, which is hilarious.
And the
ADE is how they spell legal aid, like lemonade, not AID. Right? It's hilarious. It's funny. It's a pun.
and the old guy sounded like an old country attorney too. You know, the one.
Oh, they had have you seen the video?
I have not.
It was a whole team of attorneys standing behind a little girl at a lemonade stand.
Like
They're
a-
in suit, like, oh, we're here to help.
like a lawyer ad that you see at 4 in the morning.
Absolutely what it was. It's amazing. Better than any Bernstein ad you've ever heard. And they're doing better work. I think they're not just going after truck drivers who are delivering our goods. They're actually helping entrepreneurs.
And
so it's good.
what happens if these kids get run over by a motorcyclist when they're on the side of the road?
I don't think Legal Aid will help them, but a motorcyclist?
Well,
Bernstein
Bernstein
won't
would-
help.
Yeah, they
If
do
they get run over
motorcycles.
by a semi-truck, they would help. If the lemonade stand hurt a motorcyclist, Bernstein would help the motorcyclist.
Right.
But
They won't help you if you got hurt by a motorcycle. I bet
if
they
you
would.
paid them, I bet they would
Okay.
for sure. But no, they target motorcyclists that are hurt
Yeah, I
or people that get ran over by Mack trucks.
I know. I've seen the ads.
Okay.
His son is a Michigan Supreme Court justice. We saw him in action.
We sure did.
Now, let me tell you. Let me ask you. Oh,
I
boy.
would say you shouldn't make fun of him, but that was a spot-on, 100% accurate impression.
Thank you.
I mean, I thought he was in the room. It freaked me out a little bit.
You wondered how he got downstairs. See, for those that don't know, he's blind. And Justice is blind, and he is.
Yeah, it's poor guy.
Well, his life is much better than mine, so
I don't think you can say that for sure.
I think you can.
I don't think so.
Listen, the guy's run marathons. He's been on all kinds of committees. He's a Supreme Court
Are you
justice.
telling me you'd be happier if you ran a marathon? There's a 5K coming up in my community. I will pay your entrance fee.
Listen, I would get out of breath spelling 5K.
Oh, I thought you were going to say marathon because it's long, but
Yeah.
5.
Well, marathon itself, but 5K is even bad for me.
It's not funny.
No, it's not. Since I have it. All right.
There really is a 5K, and if you buy
5K for
if
what?
you buy a ticket for a car wash, you can get a
Oh,
discount off the
jeez,
5K.
quit pushing the car wash fundraiser for your kids.
We got camp to pay for.
If those 14-year-olds aren't going to be in bikinis, I'm not interested.
Oh, jeez. That's not appropriate. All right, let's move on.
All right, let's do that.
Speaking of not appropriate,
Really, you going to go there? Mm-hmm. Well, let's preface it by saying that this is...
I don't want to preface it.
Oh.
Police coming straight from the underground. A young got it bad cause I'm brown. And not the other color, so police think they have the authority to kill a minority. That's
Great line.
Cause I ain't the one for a pump with a badge and a gun to be beaten on. And thrown in jail, we can go toe to toe in the middle of a sale. With me cause I'm a teenager with a little bit of gold and a pager. Searching my car, looking for the product.
Little baby.
Thinking every nigga in here selling narcotics.
Narcata?
Well, yeah,
That's your name.
because
A pager? You know where that was written.
oh, it's an old song. Of
Yeah, of
course,
course it is.
it's an old song. So that
Was
song
that by John Denver?
John Denver, F, the Police.
No, but they don't say F.
They don't say F. They say
We had the edited version.
Fudge. That was the edited version, whether you knew
Right.
it or not,
No,
and by NWA, straight out of Compton.
Yeah, and why did we play that?
Just expressing our feelings.
Wait. You know, we have at least 3 listeners that are police
I'm
officers.
joking. Do we really?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Not anymore.
They're not cops anymore?
No, they're not listening anymore.
No, we played that because of
Wait a minute. Knocking on the door. This is a Michigan thing.
This is a Michigan thing.
And one of our friends, I guess, indirectly, is an attorney, and he is a young and up-and-comer, and he likes to take on controversial cases and
much like
civil rights cases.
Much like Country Time Lemonade, he also has a brilliant campaign for
his company.
building his personal brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
And what happened is he took on a client pro bono with Cher, and oh no, that was Sonny Bono. See, 3 people got that joke out there.
Nobody got that
reference,
joke.
anyways. Pro bono because a young man in Pontiac area was at a gas station, and there was a police officer in there going into the convenience store, and he started playing fairly loudly.
Well, hold on.
What?
It's relevant to the song. There was a cop who had pulled over
Oh, that's right. That's why he was there.
a guy in the
Parking lot.
And
And the guy he pulled over was black.
yes, this guy pulled in
And saw that.
with the. I don't know if he saw that, but
Yeah,
he saw
he
the
did.
cop and
Well, he kind of
had
explained
the
that.
song playing and turned it up louder.
And he said it was a political protest. That's why he did it, which is a First Amendment issue. So the officer, so the guy that got pulled over on television to a reporter said that the cop asked him, the guy he pulled over, who happened to be black, is he playing that for me? And the guy says, well, I don't know. Why don't you go ask him? I don't know. Give me my ticket. I want to go
Great
home.
response, yeah.
And he says, well, that's crap or something. So it establishes a motive for the police officer beyond what he claims.
Right.
Because he went over and wrote a ticket for a noise ordinance. And
Yeah.
not that he was playing that song.
He said he put
In his
that
report.
in the report. He said, "I explained to Mr. Webb that I was not offended by his choice of music,
But there were children.
but there were children around that could hear it clearly."
Might be offended.
And the ticket in the citation, he wrote loud noise, whatever noise ordinance,
But he did
playing "F the police."
yeah.
Like, why? Why would you put
If
that?
that's not relevant, why would you put it
As
in
the
there?
attorney questioned, would he have written the ticket if it was "I love the police"
Right.
really
And
loud?
it was just
Do you
as
think
loud.
He would have.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's bad taste and a bad idea to play that song loud, intentionally where the police can hear you,
Why?
because you'll end up with a ticket, and
maybe.
court fees, or you'll at least have to find a lawyer that will take the case for free.
We should point out, not that it matters, but the guy who got the ticket was white.
Yeah, I don't think that's important. Although what
Kind of is.
what could be relevant is the police officer. Was he? What?
I'm going to go out and get... He sounded white.
Let me. Oh, I didn't hear the cop say anything. Did he say something? I didn't hear it.
Oh, I
I
thought I
don't
heard
even
his
know if it
voice.
was a male.
Yeah,
I guess
I
we're
don't know.
we're making a lot of generalizations.
We are,
about the
we are,
police.
we are. Now, the attorney has tried to get video from the convenience store and hasn't had much luck.
Right.
And,
Well, of course, but they will get it.
Well, somebody will get it, maybe.
And
they don't have
the
to.
police
I suppose.
department said that they. Last I heard, they hadn't had a chance to review the dash cam, but they were investigating,
Right.
which is interesting. I have a feeling it will be dropped
I do, too.
pretty quickly.
Two things come up. One is Michigan had a legal case some time ago called the swearing canoeist that
dude
went all
in
the
the
way
canoe, yeah.
all the way up to the Michigan Supreme Court,
He was real angry.
where he had tipped over and got all wet, had been drinking and started yelling, mother effer and F this and all the.
Yeah, he was
and
real
it
mad.
I don't know. I'm sure this is in other states that have nice rivers, but in the
No,
summertime,
I
they can be,
don't think so.
They can be packed with people, right? So there were families there and stuff. And it was a conservation officer, I think, wrote him a
think
ticket
so.
for obscenity or something like that. And the claim was the First Amendment right to say what you want. And he won
He
eventually at the Supreme Court level. It said that you can say that word regardless of if there's families or children's there. Children's.
But you should
plural to
be, you
plural.
should be cited for that.
I
For
should
saying
be
children's.
Children's. So the cop it's irrelevant whether there were kids around, right? Because in Michigan, that's protected. Mm-hmm. And the other thing about noise complaints is it's somewhat subjective. It's not objective very well unless they actually put in, it can't be louder than so many decibels, and you
I've
have a
seen
meter,
it.
right, and you are so many feet away from the source.
Yep, exactly.
When you put all those together, then you have something that's objective, and you can say, well, you were over that. Generally, they give you a warning.
That was the guy that got the ticket. That was his. He said, "I know it was about the song I was playing and
Absolutely,
the content because he didn't say turn it down. He didn't say get out of here. He just wrote me a ticket."
Right.
Absolutely. And so
was just spite.
cities generally can, whether you like it or not, they generally can regulate like time, manner, and place of noises. Like they can have noise ordinances.
Yeah,
they can't
absolutely.
ever regulate the content
Right.
of that.
Right.
Including things like signs with the recent Supreme Court decision that we had that they can't regulate. They can't. You got threatened in Lansing for swearing with a cop.
Yeah.
Ponderosa.
Yeah.
They were going to give you a ticket or arrest you or whatever.
And that was
for saying
after that
something.
case.
Yeah, right. They didn't do it, luckily. But
No, but and all I said is I think I said I don't give a damn what you have to say.
It was something like that.
It was pretty.
Or
innocuous.
it was I don't need your damn lecture.
Yeah,
I think
something
is what
like
you
that.
said.
And he was going to cite me for swearing.
Yeah. And you wonder why groups like NWA write songs like they do.
Yeah, and why do
By the way,
cops take the bait? That's what I don't get. Mm-hmm. I think I would hope that if I were a police officer and somebody was playing that song, I'd give them a thumbs up and and not give in.
if
to
not,
them.
just ignore them. Right.
Ignore them or give in there like you're not bothering me at all, you little punk.
I think
have at her.
Yeah.
But no, they gotta their egos are too big and they gotta protect their
I don't.
sensitivity.
Not
all of them are like that.
Honestly, I would be okay.
I know cops that would just let it go.
I would be okay with the cop walking over and saying, "Hey, dude, there's kids here.
Yeah,
Can you turn it down?"
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that. That'd be fine.
Yeah, but this is Pontiac police.
Yeah.
They've had some issues.
Oh, they have another one.
If it's the city of Pontiac, they kind of did lose their police department because they merged them with the sheriff's department, and there was something going on because of corruption. And anyway, so we'll see. Okay, F the police.
We got it for sound amplification. What's the name?
Oh, I got imagine this. I don't know if this ever happens to you or other people. You get into an argument on Facebook.
No.
And you go back and forth. This came up, and someone was saying, well, that noise ordinance is illegal. What?
It looks like it was the Oakland County Sheriff's Department who enforced the city ordinance.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Huh. So county cop enforcing a city ordinance.
It sounds like.
Huh. So, I mean, they have jurisdiction in the whole county.
Sure.
But this person was arguing that you couldn't... local municipalities couldn't make laws that weren't already state laws. And he says, there's no state law that is an ordinance or noise violation, so therefore that law is illegal. And I said, of course they can make laws that aren't in the state, right? I mean, they can ban knives. We don't have a state law that bans knives.
Right.
And he's going back, well, no, they got to... Listen, I read it, he said. I said, okay. He goes, you show me where they can. And so I quickly found 3 references from, like, the Municipal League and all that says what ordinances can do, what the Constitution of the state allows them to do, and that's create laws.
Yeah.
As long as they don't violate the Constitution or violate the state law or violate preemption of some law. So like a gun law in Michigan, they can't have a gun law because it's preempted by the state. And then he highlights something that says basically the same thing. And I said, yeah, you got to read it. It says it has to be within the state laws, doesn't have to be a copy of a state law. So I don't know. I think he was getting the vehicle code because there's something about state vehicle laws and then making local vehicle laws that doesn't allow. In other words, you couldn't say a 55 mile an hour zone. You couldn't make it a 15 mile an hour zone in your town. Anyways, that's it.
Huh.
I'm just trying to kill time. All right.
Well, it's almost break time. Do you want to talk about break time, or do you want to?
Do you want something for a couple of minutes? And then go into a break.
What do we have for a couple of minutes?
Well, we got that right there.
I don't know what you're. Trump. Yeah, if you want, look, for some reason Trump thinks tariffs are a good idea, so he's imposing them on Canada. Steel or something, right?
Right.
Iron, aluminum.
Yeah. And Trudeau's not happy.
Tinfoil hats, whatever. Tariffs are taxes, and taxation is theft. So there's that. But so Trudeau wasn't happy and said, "How can you?"
They were standing together.
Yeah, and Trump said, "We need tariffs because of national security."
Yeah.
And Trudeau said, "How can you categorize it as national security?" And he said, Don't you remember when Canada burned down the White House
in 1812?
The War of 1812,
which was against
the British. But look, I mean, everybody in the world has been like a British colony at one point,
right?
Which is the point? Is it that they weren't Canadians that burned down the White House, but they came from that direction? I think
they were under the British government, no matter who it was.
It was.
It could have been Russian mercenaries.
I mean, it's
they were fighting for the British.
It would be similar to being worried about Americans, like colonists, because we were under British control one time. Like, it's not the same. Canada did not burn down the White House.
Agents of the British government did.
Right. Yeah.
Canada wasn't even a country then, was it?
I don't think so. I don't know.
So.
But, I mean, that's the point. It was like, yeah, Canada kind of came from that, just like we did.
But people are making fun of Trump for saying, Canada didn't burn them down. Well, true.
Yeah.
But
okay, but using the War of 1812 to justify tariffs today
completely non sequitur.
I mean, come on.
I don't see the connection there.
Come on. Yeah, I don't think there is a connection. He needed an answer, and he gave an answer. I will say, I give him credit for being so close. I think almost nobody in this country...
Close to Canada?
No, close to... at least Canada is kind of related to the story of the White House being burned down during the war.
Oh, yeah, they came from Canada.
I think most people in the United States, most Americans, would not have even been able to make that connection.
Right, they
didn't even know about the War of 1812 until Trump mentioned this.
Or that the White House was burned down.
I guarantee.
And that we burned down one of their places in Canada.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It wasn't the White House.
Good to know.
But yeah, that's a good point. Trump is educating this country because people now listen. People are like, Trump must be wrong. I better go do research. So there's people that didn't know anything about this that are now Googling White House burned down by Canada.
But it still shows that Trump's wrong,
and they're learning something. I don't care. They're learning. It's great. He's a great educator.
He's like Mr. Garrison on South Park.
I think we should replace all public education with Trump.
With Trump
just
and his clones
making ridiculous comments.
All right. So
let's take a break now.
Okay, let's do the easy trivia. Now this one's pretty easy.
Okay.
It's a U.S. presidential trivia question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even give you a hint.
So there's only like 45.
Yeah. You got a 1 in 45 chance.
Yep.
And after I give you the hint, it'll even reduce that number because it gives a time frame.
Oh, okay.
All right, so which president, the first to receive a Secret Service code name?
Oh,
you know how presidents have code names?
This is a good question.
His code name was the General. Even though he was only ever a captain.
That's why it was a code name, because no one really had a connection. That's good.
Do you want the hint?
No, I thought that was the hint, but sure, I guess.
He was a captain in the Army during World War I.
Oh.
That should really help you nail it down.
All right, we'll be right back.
Lock it in. And rip the knob off. Red State Talk Radio.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
It's a bumpy ride through the political jungle with Nate and Brian.
Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.
What? Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 877-219-8770 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 877-219-8770 to take your call now. Call 877-219-8770. That's 877-219-8770. Again, 877-219-8770.
Whenever I'm feeling a little down under, I can always count on Nate and Brian for their interesting perspective on topics important to freedom and civil rights by listening to the At Odds Show. Nate and Brian cover important topics with insight, intelligence, and of course humor. I can always expect a laugh or two. So if you want to be informed and have a great time, give these guys a listen.
At Odds.
The At Odds Show with the greatest political talk show hosts in history, Nate and Brian. And it's sad that they actually believe that. So give a listen because the delusional need love too.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-755-9290. That's 800-755-9290. 800-755-9290.
Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Nate.
If you like the At Odds Show,
and we know you do,
why not order your very own At Odds t-shirt sizes small to 6XL in a cool black color?
So support our show. Check out the great prices at ChugDug.com or head over to our website, atoddshow.com, and click the link.
And, unlike listening to our show, you won't be disappointed.
Who was the first president to have a Secret Service code name assigned?
The General.
The General.
It's not the insurance guy. Even though he only was as high as a captain in the Army.
Got it.
Boy.
Is that an international reference, or is that Michigan? Or well, I don't know.
You mean, is it a national? Yeah, it's a
national.
national.
I mean international. We are international, Brian.
We have we don't have anybody from international.
We worry about our Singaporean audience.
We have no international nationals.
We had 47 unique guesses.
We did not.
No, we had several, though. Taft, Grant, Bush, Hillary Clinton, General Robert E. Lee, which I think was probably the closest.
Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, why?
It says president.
People still have their hopes.
And it also said he was in World War I, which has a time frame. So it probably wasn't George Washington.
You know, nobody said George Washington.
I know.
They said George Bush. You know what I haven't seen in a while?
Andrew Jackson.
You know what I haven't seen in a while?
Me getting smashed in the face?
Me?
Me getting smashed in the face.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while. I'm thinking about throwing a vodka bottle at you. But listen, it was... No, what I haven't seen in a while is a nice article that says, here's the long shot way that Bernie Sanders could still win the presidency. Because there were like hundreds of those right after the election.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How could they?
It was ridiculous. It was like people had to quit and appoint people, and it was...
People had to die.
Yeah, I think that was some of it. Or one of the... Anyway, nobody got it right.
All right. So we had a lot of guesses. Some were good guesses. Some were horrible guesses. Some were in between. I'll give you another clue. This is the man that was the president when we dropped the atomic bombs on Japan.
Ooh, see that people would have definitely got that at that time. Jimmy Carter.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy Carter was a naval officer on a nuclear sub.
Nuclear.
He was a nuclear engineer. No, it was Harry Truman.
Harry S. Truman.
Yep. Harry S. Truman.
Nice. Good for him.
The general.
What did they call him before they gave him a code?
Hey, I have to blank that out.
I mean, they didn't give him code names. I mean, were they?
Oh, it was probably just
the president is coming.
The big guy's coming down. Get out of the way, the big guy's coming.
Get off your phone.
Oh, and his skanky wife's coming too. They probably didn't have a lot of communications through the radios and stuff.
Did you see Trump took Melania with him to the
how's she doing?
The party? Well, she's doing all right after he punched her in the face.
Something happened. I mean, it was more serious than they let on.
She had surgery and had to recover from surgery.
I know, but it was.
I mean, what do you want?
3 or 4 weeks with nothing.
It was not 3 or 4 weeks.
It was a year.
They
never saw her.
Several hours.
It was not. It was weeks. She dropped off the radar. They thought she was dead.
Well, the story was that Trump punched her, and so he hid her until he hid her. He was hiding her until her black eye healed.
She's a makeup artist. She could have taken care of all that.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, so this day in history.
I don't know what to tell you.
We talked about the War of 1812. Things got better because in 1939, King George VI became the first. Listen to this. The first British monarch to visit the United States when he and his wife, Elizabeth, crossed the damn Canadian-U.S. border at Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls. Slowly I turn. Step by step. You don't watch the Three Stooges, huh? All right. The royal couple subsequently visited New York City and Washington, D.C., where they called for a greater U.S. role in resolving this little crisis brewing in Europe. Little crisis. On June 12th, they returned to Canada, where they embarked on their voyage home. Now, George studied at the Dartmouth Naval College and served in World War I, ascending to the throne after his elder brother, King Edward VIII, abdicated in 1936 because he wanted to marry a divorced American woman named Wallace Warfield Simpson.
Oh, I mean, that just wasn't a goal.
Among wide-faced criticism, British did not quit their jobs, especially the royal family.
Okay.
I just read an article by a book put out by a Hollywood gigolo that said that King Edward VIII, who abdicated, was a homosexual, and so was his wife, in that they married as cover, and that he had this gigolo had slept with King Edward and got women for Wallace Simpson.
It's all about providing value.
Yeah, and he said he got $20 a trick, which is like a couple $100 back then in the 40s.
Sure. Yeah, not terrible. No. Not terrible.
All right. That's more trivia, I guess.
So, the S, somebody asked the S in Harry S. Truman, it actually didn't stand for anything.
Nothing, right.
I think it was like an homage to his grandfathers or something. Something like that. It was to somebody in the family. It was like to kind of,
I think
be like S.
Ulysses S. Grant. I don't think the S meant anything for that either.
I don't know.
They used to call him U.S. Grant.
He wasn't as important as a U.S. president, Harry S. Truman.
Let's see. What do you got?
What?
Oh, North Korea. Oh, so the meeting's back on, I heard.
Yeah, I told you it would be.
Yeah,
I told you.
There wasn't. Yeah.
Trump knows what he's doing. I told you. He's going to be like.
It's going to be bigly.
He's going to say, "Listen, Kim, Mr. Un, we can't trust
Some
you
young guy.
because that one time when you guys came over and burned down the White House."
And he went through Canada to do it. Damn Canadians.
So, yeah, June 12th in Singapore, they're meeting. Trump today, I think, said, if it goes well, I might invite the dude over to the U.S.
Oh, that would be a trip, wouldn't it?
I think he'd enjoy it.
Sure.
He'd become a capitalist. And
he gets a penthouse and starts a business. A bunch of Korean restaurants.
American dream.
In Miami.
Well, I mean, not too many people know what North Korean cuisine is like.
I think it's a lot like South Korean cuisine.
Smaller portions.
Very much smaller. No rice for you.
You can order, but only one or two of you at the table will get any food. That's not funny.
No, it's terrible. People are starving there. I bet if he comes to the U.S., he'll take in a basketball game if the season's on. He's a basketball fan.
I'm guessing so. I heard unconfirmed reports that Dennis Rodman was going to be at the meeting.
Oh.
In Singapore.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Which makes a little sense.
Does it?
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Didn't Trump fire him from the show?
I think he might have. I don't know. But I think
my mom asked me, she goes, are you for North Korea and South Korea, coming together like that?
Oh.
I said, yeah, I think it'd be good. Bring capitalism to the North Koreans and lots of people stop starving and all that. She goes, don't you think the North Koreans will just suck the South Koreans dry and take all their resources? She was worried about that. So I don't know. I know they can live on eating once a week.
Yeah, not if the South Koreans keep their guns.
Right. So at least my 83-year-old mother was asking about politics, which makes me feel good.
Good. That's really good.
And she wanted to know who I was. And
that's not funny.
And then,
it's a terrible joke.
No, I know it's terrible.
Jeez.
All right. Screw you. It's my mom. All right. I'll miss her when she's gone.
And we know damn well she's not listening to your show.
No, we know that for sure. I've actually set the computer on her chest, laptop, not a PC. I put headphones on her and said, "Now listen to the show, damn it!" And she got through like about a minute and a half. So then I was like, I don't know. All right. Clemency. Trump is really just pardoning clemency here, pardon there.
Yeah, not that many. I think less than average for his first couple of years. He's only done 7. I think this was the 7th act of either a commutation or a pardon.
Commutation.
Yeah. Commutation.
They're all that's sort of in that.
So everybody remembers Alice Johnson, right?
Oh yeah.
She's
big time.
She's something like 64 years old now. Back in 1996.
Wow.
She was sentenced to life in prison.
Oh boy.
I think
she must have killed a bunch of people.
Parole.
Must have killed a bunch of people.
Well,
children.
She did something very similar to killing a bunch of people, in that she committed a nonviolent crime with drugs.
Oh my God.
So the good news is the laws have changed since then, and what she did then would not get you life in prison now.
Like 2 ounces of marijuana.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but in 1996, that's been a while. So 21, 22 years in prison, a life sentence. And Trump commuted her sentence. I don't know. I think she got out yesterday.
Time served. Yeah.
Yeah, and said it's not a pardon, so it's still on her record.
Right.
But she gets to not be in prison for a nonviolent crime, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
What's interesting is Kim Kardashian is the one that has been pushing for this. She saw Alice's story whenever last year or something, and started pushing for her like, this is ridiculous. She shouldn't be in prison. And you remember just a couple days ago they met.
Yeah.
And then you remember shortly before that, Kim Kardashian's husband Kanye West was in the press because he kept saying how much he supports Trump and loves Trump and Trump is great.
Sure.
Then his wife meets with Trump, and then Trump gives commutes a sentence of. So, but this is good. This is amazing. I can't imagine that there's a single liberal that's upset about it.
No, couldn't be.
You know, with all the stories, I was reading stories, and they talk about Alice, they talk about Trump commuting her sentence.
Was Alice 10 feet tall?
Very tall, very tall. There were rabbits. It was weird. And
you got that.
I don't know where it was going. But anyway, you read the story, and then all of a sudden they say, this was the first of Trump's pardons that were not politically charged and just high-level celebrities, and Trump's a jerk. It was
Oh,
like
they-
every
they
one of
gotta-
them.
they gotta spin it,
Like, this
you
is
know,
ridiculous.
yeah, spin
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But good. I'm glad. Now, this is what so 96. Who was president in 96? Clinton, right?
Yeah.
So Democrat Clinton,
right,
could have done this.
Oh yeah.
At any time. And then we had Bush in there. Bush could have done this.
Sure.
At any time, right? Then we had Obama.
Sure. Another Democrat.
Democrat loves pot.
Yeah.
He could have done this.
Sure.
He didn't.
Sure. No.
What is this?
I don't know.
What's going on?
It's crazy, man.
But Trump's terrible.
I hated the Washington Post.
Just in general.
Yeah, I mean it's really just a rag, but they have to put race in everything because that's cool nowadays. And the headline was something like, "White man charged for mistreating and taking advantage of mentally disabled black man." Now, there's no need for any of that. They could have said man charged for, abusing a mentally challenged man as an employee. It was an employee.
Yeah.
Why bring race into it?
Right.
Good Lord.
Nothing like us saying the race of the guy that was pulled over in the gas station.
Well, that was important.
Well, it's important because the song was about the police messing with minorities.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I know. I was making a joke, and it was a good joke.
That was not a good
It was
joke.
a good
You're
joke.
just trying to.
No, it was a great
Trying to
joke.
bust my balls.
This is a good joke. You want me to tell a good joke?
Sure, go ahead.
Wait, it's not a joke. It's a story.
Okay, tell me a story.
It's not a joke at all.
Go on,
So,
Daddy, tell us a story.
I'm not telling it. It's been on the internet. Everyone's seen it. I'm not telling it.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So driving home from work, and there was a hitchhiker on the road.
Oh, come on, don't do that. That's my favorite joke.
It's a good joke, isn't it?
Yeah, don't do that one.
Oh, fine. I won't do it because it's your favorite, so
Yeah,
I can't do it.
yeah.
You don't want to hear it delivered expertly?
No, I want to deliver it badly.
Oh, you want to tell it?
Yeah.
This is
but-
ridiculous.
but
That was
not-
my idea.
not-
Go ahead. Tell
I-
it. No,
I-
it's fine. Whatever. You're
I have
so
it written down
childish.
in my joke section.
You're so childish.
Look at right there. See bad jokes? I got it there at the bottom.
Yeah, you do. All right. Go ahead.
And I wasn't going to do it
Are
now.
you going to do it right now?
No. I was going to do it later after,
We're almost done.
Oh, are we really? Yeah, we are. Let's see. Dick's Sporting Goods, they're boo-hooing because their hunting and firearm sales are down.
What do you think?
They're not sure of that. Why?
They did say as expected.
Yeah, as expected.
Our firearms policy changes impacted our hunt business, which saw an accelerated decline in an already challenged category. Let me just mention something real quick. I don't think hunting gear is a challenged category in this country.
I disagree.
I don't think it is.
I disagree.
People are buying guns like crazy.
Yeah, but they're not hunting with them. Hunting has gone steadily down over the last 25 years.
I
Absolutely.
I disagree with you.
You can disagree all you want. You look at every state and license sales, and it's a downward trend.
Yeah.
That's why all these states are working so hard with youth groups, trying to get young people involved in hunting.
Raising the fees.
No, they've actually reduced it for the kids. Free hunting weekends and stuff.
For kids, yeah.
So hunting is in real trouble.
Okay.
In this country. Mm-hmm. And I think in 50 years, you'll hardly have anybody hunting anymore.
Yeah. And it'll be good. We can buy our meat at the store where it's made and nothing has to die.
I don't think it'll be good. All right. Well, we are almost out. Do you want to talk about the SCOTUS baker? Candlestick maker?
Yeah, we should. We've got about a minute.
Or do you want
or
to
so?
Okay.
Well, let's go. Yeah, we've got about a minute.
I can do a joke. Go ahead.
Please don't do a joke.
Okay.
What? Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, because I don't understand it.
You remember that Colorado baker that said he wouldn't bake a cake for the gay wedding?
A wedding cake.
Yep, and it went to the Supreme Court of
Yes,
the United
I
States. They decided, it was very narrow, but they decided, and it was 7-2, which is good.
It's not narrow.
No, the ruling was narrow. The decision, the vote wasn't narrow. People are getting confused and angry about that.
Okay.
Well,
the decision applies narrowly.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what you meant. Okay.
Yep. So
it's not what you said.
But
we're running out of time.
I don't know what I said.
You said it was decided narrowly or narrowly.
A narrow decision. It was a narrow decision.
Okay. Well, it made it implied that it was.
No, that's what people
5-4.
assume, but that's not true.
Right.
It wasn't a narrow victory. It was a wide victory.
So
they said that he was essentially attacked and treated unfairly by the human...
Colorado.
What was it? Colorado...
Courts. Yeah.
Yeah. They had some committee, which was
whatever.
a weird
It was
thing,
the Colorado government.
And so
because of his religion.
Yep, and so that violated his First Amendment,
Yeah.
and he didn't have to bake the cake
Right.
for the gay couple. Basically, what they did is they sort of indirectly compared him not baking the cake to the Holocaust and to slavery, which is, I mean, it's a little aggressive.
But they didn't want to be broad because they didn't want to impinge upon protected classes already.
Right. Already.
There are, there are gay, fat people, old people. There's discrimination laws, right? You have to serve black people. You can't turn
Yep.
down because of religion and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I get it. It's sort of this: who has the greater rights and which rights are most important. In a republic, is supposed to be equal, So it was kind of a.
But to me, that's not the case. It's not about equal rights. It's about should one person be forced to provide anything to somebody else.
That's not what they were.
I know that's not.
discussing.
I know, but I'm saying that's what
Right.
it really should be.
And you are in favor of people being able to turn down people for
Anything.
their race,
For anything.
their religion, or
For
whatever.
anything.
Right.
Absolutely. I don't think you should, but I think you should be allowed to by law. We cannot skip over the most important and most timely thing, because if we miss it today, we won't get it. IHOP announced that they're
Oh, I
changing
know
their
it.
name to IHOB, which
what a stupid idea.
apparently that's how every Arab family has pronounced it anyway.
I think that's it.
And that might be it.
And I think probably 75-80% of the franchise are owned by Middle Easterners. So you go, oh, welcome to IHOB.
I wonder.
They said, screw it. We'll just change it to IHOB.
You get your pancakes and breakfast there.
And they hinted that the B did not mean breakfast.
Yeah.
So is it going to be brunch?
What? Hob? I think Hob in Arabic I saw stands for love. So maybe
who
Hob.
cares?
It may have nothing to do with Arabic. I don't know.
I'm sure it doesn't. Or women's feminine hygiene products. Did you see that?
No.
They said their new logo with Hi Bob, the OB looks like very similar logo to the OB tampons.
Are they going to start providing abortions?
Well, I don't know, but the tampon company, Playtex, I think, said, we welcome it. We think it's great. It's great.
Of course. Oh, okay.
But then they said, but don't convince the two, or don't confuse the two, because maple syrup doesn't work well with tampons.
It's hilarious.
It's funny.
I love the internet. It's making everything so great.
It's fun.
All right. I don't remember.
We're done.
Yeah, but
we're done.
We'll see.
over.
Well, they're supposed to announce on Monday
what it means,
what the B stands for. So I don't know. It's probably breakfast or nothing.
Well, they said it wasn't breakfast. So are they going to renege on that and say, "Oh no, it is breakfast"?
Maybe they're going to say, "Just kidding, it's still a P."
They could do that too.
Mm-hmm. But everybody,
but look at all the press,
and most importantly, the At Odd Show is covering this, and we're talking about IHOB, and now I want some pancakes.
At IHOB, it says they're going to open up another 75 stores.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't like their food. I'd rather eat at Denny's.
Yeah, every other breakfast place is cheaper. So, all right, we're out of time.
All
right. See you next week.
All right, bye-bye.
You messed me up for so many weeks in a row that I can't even
do it anymore.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.